Hey, what's going on, Cloud Scholars? Welcome back to the Okta Master class. What we will be doing today is talk about Okta profile enrollments. Profile enrollments, this is a powerful feature that helps streamline user management and ensures that your user profiles are accurately set up and maintained in your Okta environment. What we're going to do today is I'm going to walk through profile enrollment, but I'm also going to talk about the relation that Profile Editor has with profile enrollment. And you'll see some of the possible errors that you can get when you're setting up profile enrollment and you're trying to gain some information from your users. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to security and we're going to go to profile enrollment. Now, we only have one, which is a default policy, which applies to 4 apps. So you can have a profile enrollment and you could have it assigned to a specific app. Now, we haven't covered anything with apps as of yet, but I'll touch on it. It's a little bit in this video, but there's much more for us to cover with this Okta Master course. So we're going to click on Add, and we can add a new profile enrollment. So we'll just say Demo Enrollment. And we'll click save. So we have our enrollment. So if we click over here, this is where we start making the changes. So at the very top, it says 0 apps used with this policy. If you click on manage apps, we don't have anything in our gallery as of yet. And you can add the app to the policy if we wanted to. I will come back to this in a later video just to kind of go through all this because I haven't talked about apps as of yet within this course. So we go through it, we can edit some things in here. So this says this policy determines what data to collect from users before accessing the apps. Okta only collects the data required by the specific matching rule. So if we come through here, we see self-service registration, which is allowed. We can deny it if we want to. We have progressive profiling, which is enabled. So users are prompted for missing attributes the next time they sign in. So basically, it's a nice way to say they are harassed and saying, hey, you need to provide this information. So we can enable this because we want to get this information from them. Password, show password field on the first page of enrollment. You can do this if you want to. You could take it off. Require before access is granted, which is an email verification. And you can add the user to a group. So you can say profile enrollment. Once they sign in, they get everything going, they can get added to a new group. So we can just say, okay, this is our corporate. Do we have a corporate group? We have a contractors group. But you get the point. You can add it to any group that you want to. We're not going to do that as of here. Inline hooks are outbound calls from Okta to your custom code. We're not doing any custom code. We haven't covered that in this course, so you don't have to worry about going to inline hooks. You don't need that essentially for this. I don't really use inline hooks too much, to be honest with you. You can kind of get through Okta without using that, but it is a good feature. After you have collected their initial sign-in information, you can customize the header and button text to show end users the enrollment form. So you can say, sign in, submit button. You could do whatever you want here. So let's come back out. We could cancel. We're not really making any changes here. Over here is where the area where you probably will run into the most problem, which is profile enrollment form. Users are prompted for input only if a required value is missing and progressive profiling is enabled. That's what we talked about earlier, that option in the top. The form references attributes set in the universal directory, and changes to attribute requirements or permission will automatically be updated here. So if we want to get some information from users, we could say, okay, right now this profile is going to get first name, last name, primary email, but there's more information you want to get. So over here, there's a bunch of different other attributes that we can capture. So for instance, if you have an employee ID, you may want to have that information caught. So we could say employee number, but wait, look here. Okta collects information from users regarding their attribute from universal directory. You can customize the form label and input requirements. So the error we're getting here is the employee number attribute is read only. Change the attribute to add it as a form input. So this read only attribute, so we need to change it so it can be right in order for us to be able to do that. So right here, if you click on this link, it brings you straight to the profile editor, which is amazing. And then right here, we can say user default. We have different profiles. We can just click here and we can go in and say, okay, what do we want to change? So it was employee number. So if we come down here and we get employee number, if you click on it, right now it's read only. And that's why we were getting that message. So if we click it to read write and we click save attribute, once you click save attribute, we could come back over here. But it won't go through right away because we have it opened in a certain manner. So I have to now cancel out of this, probably refresh this page because it does take a little while. And if you made any changes, I would say you just apply those changes. There's not too much features here that you need to change, but we didn't make any. And then we're going to come back here to add form input. Right here, we're going to come back to employee number, or you could have typed it up here and it will start filtering out for you. And now we don't get that message. So it says universal inherited settings, string, attribute or requirements optional. And you could change it if you wanted to. And here we have employee number and an input required, and then it's a text box. And then these users can skip this option. You must provide this option. So we want that one. So we're going to click save. So then now that we have it here, we can delete it. You see, this is the only one that's giving us that option. These three are mandatory. We can change this up if our needs or requirements aren't changed later on. So now we come back up here, and what we can do, we found some errors. Please review the form and make corrections. So what errors did it find? So let's come up here. Let's click on save. We still have that there. So we're good. And let's come back this way, and we have our demo enrollment. So let's go back in it and let's make sure that everything is good to go. And it is. So we have the information here, employee number, and not only just first name, last name, primary, but also employee number is showing up for us as well. And that is pretty much how you would go for your enrollment policies, right? Your profile enrollment. Now, as I mentioned before, you can add some apps. So we have it set up. If we have an app that we're about to roll out and we're, kind of still working out the kinks, we can get this set up in the meantime and then get the manage apps and add the app to it. And that's pretty much how that would work for profile enrollment. So I want to thank you for watching this video. This one is a short one. If you haven't done so already, please smash that like and subscribe button. Let me know exactly what you think about the video in the comments. And if any of you have any questions or anything that you're running into, please leave it in the comments. Let's build a community amongst each other, so this way we can help each other out when we're running into any issues. So thank you once again. Here at Cloud Scholars, my goal is to get you from scholar to consultant, and of course, consultant to expert. Thank you, and see you next time.